Welcome to Never Shut Up. It's your boy Marcellus Wiley, representing out the country right now. Compton's in the house. That's right. Hey, homie, como se dice Compton in Espanol? I am out here, man, chilling. Actually, I ain't. It's hot as hell outside out here, but amazing trip, enjoying it all, and thanking you guys for your viewership on Brinks TV and Reach TV and your membership on Wiley's World YouTube, where somebody on Friday swag away got a book on the way. Damn, this book dope. Let me just read y'all the excerpt. And as for my other classes, the more time I spent among the scholarly wolves, the more I learned how not to be a sheep. I just randomly read that right there. No lie. Dope book. I'm telling y'all, man. Oh, man. You know how we start off every show, though. We started off with what's up with that dude. Let me tell you what's up with that dude. Man, more of the same, except no rain. That was yesterday. We ran it back. Like Jerry Tarkanian. Let me hit you with the Tarkanian. If y'all know who that is, Jerry Tarkanian just be like, run. Just go up and down the court. Just go up and down the court. That's what we did. We just went up and down that damn water park again all day. Biscuit and I got to that water park about 11 o'clock. We didn't get off of this one ride, and we went on it about 6 times to about 12:30. So about an hour and a half, we just devoted to this one ride. But I give it to him. It's this big old life raft where 6 people could fit in it, but it's just usually him and I. And boy, there is a drop on that life raft when you want to let go of them handles. And then it's this wall. You climb up the wall, a water wall, and get flat almost. Feel like you're about to fall out the raft. Another time you're going to let go of those handles. So amazing times, amazing trip, man. Just bonding with everybody, the family. But we're creatures of habit. That's what we are. Like, we fly out the country just to do the same stuff we do at the crib, right? What is that? Play in the water, find us some water, a pool, water park, something, right? We're going to play with them kids. That's what we're going to do. Like, our vacations are not very adultified. They're really kid-friendly. And the last thing is, we're going to pound a few. We're going to hydrate. That's right. Y'all got dirty minds. I know where y'all went. We're going to hydrate, man. Pound, and have a ball. Well, speaking of all that water, somebody I know, somebody y'all know tried to get on that water. Let's just say it didn't go as well. Little choppy waters right here. Oh, man, it's my man Tyreek Hill, who's under investigation for allegedly striking a marina employee. This smells so familiar, but let's get these details out first. All right. So this is that time of year between the off-season programs and the start of training camps where every organization feels like they got to babysit. They got to babysit millionaires. They got to babysit adults. They got to babysit men who have kids of their own. That's how they feel, for real. And this is why. Stories like this, coaches, GMs, they always give us that speech. They get nervous about what can happen with that idle time. And I never felt that way, but I understand where they're coming from when you see hiccups like this, right? What is that idle time? When coaches say, hey, all right, OTAs is over. Mandatory camp is over. But you know what's not over? Your grind, your focus, your responsibility to this team, this organization, to this city. You be like, man, look, dog, if I'm going to act up, ain't none of that going to matter. Let me be me. So Tyreek Hill was being himself, allegedly. So those fears got realized as this weekend, Tyreek Hill is under investigation from the Miami-Dade Police Department. Damn. I mean, that police department is as famous as LAPD. Dog, they always dealing with something out there, right? For allegedly hitting the man at the Haulover Marina. Y'all know where that is? Me either. All right, so the report says he got into some kind of disagreement with an employee of one of the charter companies based at Haulover Marina. The disagreement ended with Hill allegedly striking the employee. I don't know if he hit him, I don't know if he smacked him, I don't know, whatever. But striking sounds like this body touched that body, right? So it's being reported that the alleged victim does not, I say again, does not want to press charges at this time. We're going to talk about that in a second. Regardless of whether criminal charges are pursued, the NFL could investigate under the personal conduct policy that umbrellas all issues off the field. You know that. So without cooperation by the alleged victim, it could be impossible to prove a violation. Interesting. Let's talk through this. So TMZ noted both that the receiver and his agent, Drew Rosenhaus, both been posting pictures on social media indicating they were on boats this week. So we ain't going to say we won there, won none of that. But that couldn't be a good defense anyway, right? Now, this is the same Tyreek Hill. Got to bring it up. This is what happens. You go to the doctor and you say something's wrong. They want to check your medical history. You got an issue. All of a sudden, they start reading you your history. And his history, a little checkered in this department in terms of alleged assault, right? 2019 season, the Chiefs banned Hill from team activities during an investigation into whether Hill physically abused his 3-year-old son. Remember that? Audio recording was released that suggested he broke his son's arm and told his fiance that she should be terrified of me too, biatch. He was not charged with a crime. Okay, we escaped that. NFL did not discipline him following the investigation. Oklahoma State dismissed him from his football team in 2014. We're going a little too far back, but domestic assault when she, the same lady, was pregnant. All right, received 3 years probation for that. Finished his college career with West Alabama. Obviously took a hit going from one school to the other. So this is his 8th season in the league and 2nd with the Dolphins. And let me tell you what I think is going on here. So it's time to go HD with this story. Nope, not high def, hypothetical detective, right? So these disputes are really embarrassing, doubly embarrassing when you're the man and you got it and there's a dispute. I don't know what it is, but let me just hypothetically guess. This is my educated guess. He wanted something that he couldn't get. I wanted the 90-footer and they only got the 80-footer. I reserved the 90-footer. Oh, well, sorry, sir, that's all we got. What you gonna do? You gonna sit here and yell at me? I don't own the damn yacht. Or you gonna take it and ride. Or the price was off. But usually it's not the price because typically, if you're taking a yacht out, you're out with the family, psych. You're out with your friends, those ladies, the other gender. And the last thing you want to be saying is, how much it costs? That ain't the flex. That ain't the flex. So it just looks like he got caught up in that aura of invincibility, if this case is true, which means something happened that you didn't want to happen, that you didn't plan to happen. And it caught you off guard. And for you to keep your status and your ego in that comfortable place of being the man, you know, you went over there and read somebody their rights. Well, in this situation, it looked like you did more than reading. It seemed like you smacked them his rights, if that is true. Now, I've been in those situations before where you got to check yourself like, dog, everything in this world ain't given to you, even though it seems that way when you got all that bread and all that fame in that face. Everywhere you go, Tyreek Hill, oh my God, Tyreek Hill. You start losing yourself a little bit, and situations like this continue to occur. And we're going all the way back to 2014 and reading him his receipts. But at the same time, I just know that this is a situation that maybe Tyreek Hill is going to get washed away by making some prison promises. Y'all know what a prison promise is. Oh, take that for me. Take that L for me. I got you. So this guy is not pressing charges right now because maybe Tyreek Hill got to him before the Miami-Dade Police Department got to him and said, hey, I got you. Go deep. We'll see how this plays out. That was the HD moment for this one, and hopefully this gets resolved. Well, coming up next on Never Shut Up, KD explains his Twitter mindset, his approach. He says, hate drives me. Too much love will kill you. Let's talk through that next on Never Shut Up on Brinks TV and Reach TV. Welcome back to Never Shut Up. It's your boy Marcellus, Wiley, thanking you for your viewership on Brinks TV, Reach TV, and your membership on Wiley's World YouTube, where somebody gonna get the dopest book. Oh, who wrote that? Does that say Magic Johnson? That say Bruce Smith? That same Marcellus, Wiley, man, this is jewels and gems just getting dropped everywhere, every single page you turn. So look forward to somebody winning that on Friday Swag Away. Well, here's something I always look forward to as well. Kevin Durant. I love that dude, man. You know, I think he top 10. And his Twitter game is #1. He explains his Twitter approach. I wish it was me, actually. I'm living jealously through this dude vicariously. Hate drives me, and too much love will kill you. What are we talking about? Well, KD's been known, we know, to take a different social media approach than most athletes, routinely responding to trolls and disparaging comments. The worse you talk about KD, the better the chance you got of KD responding to you, basically, right? He gonna defend himself, and he ain't gonna back down. James Worthy claps. I love it. Why not for him? So KD explained why he uses social media that way, telling the fan he responds to haters more often because it's his source of motivation. Here's KD is my GOAT. The fan said, KD, why do you always focus on your haters and don't reply to fans? Please reply me with some hearts. KD, still a human, still got a heart himself, replied, said, hate drives me. Too much love will kill you. That's right, KD. All right, so we know that attitude doesn't come as a surprise if you know anything about the persona of KD. And that's one thing about KD. I want to let you guys know, for those who are not catching wind, KD is not tripping on y'all because of his persona. He is protecting him, the person, protecting his identity, and for public display, it's truly a persona, right? And KD's gonna run with it because KD, I'm gonna tell you why, feels a little disgusted at what he hears and sees. So it can be expected that Durant and this crusade against social media trolls will continue. Why? They just got Bradley Beal, so there's more fuel to this fire of KD hate. And you got to remember who KD is in pursuit of another championship. He's a 2-time champion, and he's a 2-time finals MVP, and he is a MVP. Remember him crying for his mama? Oh, man, had everybody crying with him. But KD is really built on this foundation right here. Let's talk through it. He's truly in disbelief and disgusted, like I said, at like this basketball criteria for greatness. I think that's where it starts. Like KD is looking at like, what do y'all say is great? Who do y'all say is great? Why do y'all say that's great? Oh, and then when someone is deemed great, how come they're not protected? Kind of like with a diploma, right? You got a diploma. Hey, you did graduate from it. No one could take that away. Hey, when we talk about someone and their greatness and they're a champion, hey, you can't say anything. They're a champion. Supposedly, that was written in stone. How about if you get your degree, you're a doctor or something? You always have to call them doctor, no matter if they're a good doctor, bad doctor, they are called doctor. But then it comes to guys like KD. It seems like KD is the poster child for it. All of a sudden, we start to have deviation from the norm when it comes to KD. We start talking about KD in ways that we don't talk about other multi-champions, right? Oh, man, he chased his championship. Well, tell me somebody who didn't chase their championship. Oh, you're going to say all the teams that I was drafted here and it all came to me. Yeah, all that means is there was a power shift. So the ones who chase have the power to go get it. Those who don't chase have a GM with the power to come bring it back to them. So look at it. Magic goes to Kareem. Look at that. I mean, where you going? You know what I mean? KD and Russell Westbrook, you saying that's the same thing? No, it ain't. It could have been, but no, it ain't. And they were younger, and you need more. Oh, I wasn't done with Magic and James Kareem and James Worthy and Byron Scott. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep going with a Pat Riley. Let's just say KD and Westbrook didn't have a Pat Riley and didn't have all those other names. So then you start saying, well, Jordan. Well, then Jordan, you got Pippen who finally develops, and you drafted him, and you got Phil Jackson. Do we need to keep naming? Horace Grant, do we got to keep naming? Point being, they didn't have to go anywhere either because it came to them. But do we break up and slice up the championship just based on the power dynamic? Either you went to it or it came to you. Wow. That's lazy. No wonder KD hates y'all. That is simply lazy. It can't be that simple. It's deeper than that. So it is deeper than that. This is KD's crusade, and we're all crusaders. Yeah, where's the camera lens? You too. You need to get my nails done. Huh? You too. All y'all, every one of us. Me, raise your hand if you're a crusader. Me. Let me tell you what my crusade is. My crusade is keeping it 100, keeping it real. Oh, if I'm at a cocktail party, dressed to the finest in my nines and my linens, I don't give a damn. If somebody walks up to my face and says a lie, even an itty bitty lie, like a barely lie, like damn it, it was close enough to the truth, wasn't it? Oh, I'm stopping down. This party has just shifted. Everything has just changed. And we're going to talk about that itty bitty lie. I'm a crusader for that. And what is a crusader? Y'all know what it is. It's just someone who will take their rational opinion, their rational feelings, but go to the extreme with them, right? You can call it irrational, but it's not that. It's just they will go to the extreme to prove that rational point. Now, what is your crusade? I know you got one. I'm checking them comments for your crusade. No matter what happens, you get triggered. You're like, yo, you can't let that slide. KD can't let people talk trash about him slide because KD is a purist. He is the purest basketball player we got right now. Like, he came from the heavens built to play basketball. Y'all better stop playing with that dude. Dude can shoot out the gym. Here's something to just give you a little perspective. As Steph Curry continues to climb, maybe is in your top 10, he played with KD before, and that conversation ended very fast of who's the better player. It was KD. They begged KD to get there, whatever you want to call it, and then he got there and proved he was the dude. Now, KD respected it would never be his house. It would never be his organization. But the master bedroom, that was KD's. Because KD showed that he could play offense and defense as well as anybody on that team. He was the combo. He was Steph and Draymond blended up together to be a paint presence. Remember those playoffs? They used KD up in that paint. KD, when he went against my Clippers, I was like, there is no stopping this dude. Insane. So KD is just a crusader like us all. And he gets enough love. I mean, think about it. If you're Kevin Durant, I've seen him out a few times. We chopped it up a few times. This dude, KD, gets love. So why do you think he's out of balance if he responds to some of the hate? It's not him out of balance. KD knows his balance in that. If he doesn't, how the hell else he get to be top 10 in this game ever if he doesn't have the proper balance? KD, do you, dog? I'm always reading those comments, especially the ones going at him. You get enough fan mail. Why not address a few of these trolls? Coming up next on Never Shut Up. Oh, man, it's time to talk about Shannon Sharpe's next move. Do we know? Seems like we're getting closer to it. Let's talk through it. FanDuel, line one, FanDuel. Let's talk through what Shannon Sharpe is thinking. Next on Never Shut Up on Brinks TV and Reach TV. Welcome back to Never Shut Up. It's your boy Marcellus Wiley out here humidifying. I don't even know how to say it. Hydrating. Whoa. Thanking you guys, though, for checking your boy out, even on vacation, man. I love the show so much. It's so fun to do that. Why not do it before the itty bitties get up, right? So thank you guys for your viewership on Brinks TV and Reach TV and your membership on YouTube and Wiley's World, where'd that come from? Hear the drummer get wicked. That's Marcellus Wiley's book. Wow, I can talk in that form. I can talk in that tense. I can talk in that version. That's Marcellus Wiley's book. That's going to be yours Friday, swag away. Somebody's going to win it. hook you up. All right, now, speaking of getting hooked up, Shannon Sharpe is in talks with FanDuel. Lord, he about to eat. Oh, man, we know who he is. FS1, skipping Shannon Undisputed, no more. So now there's talks and negotiations about potentially joining the FanDuel TV platform. That's what the sources are saying, okay? So Shannon Sharpe, 54 years old, who has several suitors out there. After ending his 7-year deal in marriage, according to Skip Bayless on FS1's morning debate show. So here are a few of the options he has, right? We know we're talking FanDuel right now. Stephen A. Smith has thrown him a lollipop to him, hey, you're already invited to come on my show and get a part of the rotation. Get in rotation of the team of panelists that he has on First Take. And Pat McAfee at ESPN as well now is also saying he'd love to see Shannon Sharpe on the worldwide leader. Everybody wants Shannon Sharpe. All right. So then Shannon Sharpe knows everybody wants him. And Shannon Sharpe knows more than everybody because he knows what he's going to sign on to. Drops one of those coy tweets, one of those cryptic tweets that ain't so cryptic, right? And the tweet on Monday said that he'll be back on morning TV soon. Well, that tweet drew nearly 14,000 likes and 1.3 million views. And he has a deal with FanDuel that will make strategic sense for both Sharpe and the giant sports betting operator. We'll talk about why that would make so much sense. All right. So right now there's a timing issue going on for guys that want to do major media or just want to land them a job, especially when their bread and butter is football. Now, his is football by people's perception of him. And even though he is a LeBron fan, a Laker fan, and he got all them funny Uncle Shayisms, he's still known as a football guy. Now, that's his bread and butter. The difference between Shannon and I, other than millions and millions of views, now let me stop. The difference between Shannon and I is that at my core, I am not a football fan guy like that. I am a guy who loves life and uses football as an expression, right? So it was a means to an end for me. But knowing guys like Shannon, they were all in terms of the analysis, in terms of them coming back to it. I like to interject and intersect life and sports a lot more than just Shannon Sharpe and other guys. Fine, just different lanes, right? So for me, there wasn't a sense of urgency to run and do some more football. Because one, as Mike Tirico and I had this great argument / discussion, I just can't talk about third and goal, dog. And he loves it. And he's like, I swear by it. I love being in the stadium. And it's that moment. And I'm like, all right, that's it. That's why you Mike Tirico. So great. So Shannon Sharpe has that timing issues. Time to go figure this thing out real fast, right? And butter that bread, as they say. Also, he got Club Shay Shay in tow. So do you throw that part of the deal? Do you not? Do you keep that back? Whatever you do with that, that is a valuable asset. 1.2 million followers. So he's bringing that a part of the deal as well. Got early. He got in there early. He was the first one at FS1 to do that deal, right? So you got to reward him as well because he took that risk because everybody else was doing shows. And then they were like, why is Shannon doing another show? You know, as I told you guys before, that was not the norm. I signed a deal in 2018, not a single conversation about a podcast, even though at the crib, I was starting to develop one at home just because all my friends was like, dog, you hide too much of who you are. You're not really the sports guy fully. Like you're a life guy who's talking sports. So Shannon got in there early, and then you see Nick, Wright, Skip Bayless, etc. Joe Klatt, everybody over there now has one, but none as big as Shannon Sharpe's. So if he became one of the FanDuel TV spokespeople and one of their announcers, he would be one of the biggest, if not the biggest on there. Now, they already signed some people. They got Kay Adams. They got my girl Michelle Beadle over there. And it's funny, this story made me think about how there's been some talks with Michelle Beadle and I doing a reunion, and we've kind of taken the ball down the field with an entity or two. Interesting. So it's in the air in terms of me and her particularly maybe linking up again. All right, but this ain't about me or Michelle Beadle. This is about Shannon Sharpe, and he's acquainted with FanDuel. Check this out. Shannon Sharpe, smart dude, pro. He went to their Super Bowl party this year and gave the brand a big public shout out on Instagram. Okay, y'all may just read that sentence and keep going, right? But I won't because that sentence means a lot. He went to their party. Y'all know these Super Bowl parties. One, when you big time, you get paid to go to parties, right? Or you're not that big time, you still want to go to the best parties. So whether he got paid to go or not, or he just wanted to go to that party, he went to that party. And there were like, I don't know, 300,000 other parties that night. So he went to that party, step one. Step two is, he gave him an Instagram post. Now, I know how much I command, and it's in 5 digits. 5-digit command of an Instagram post. So Shannon, 6 digits, let's just say minimum. So that's hundreds of thousands of dollars of free press for Shannon Sharpe that he just gave to FanDuel. Well, that was a good investment because now it's starting to pay off in terms of these negotiations, I'm sure. So we know who's over there. Shams is over there. I just saw Shams at a basketball game too. Little itty bitty basketball game. Him, my boy Jesse Buss, and all those cats. What's up, Shams? And Beto, Chandler Parsons, Eddie Gonzalez, etc. A lot of people over there. They're building up the FanDuel TV Plus and the FanDuel TV streaming app. So FanDuel got all that money. Where they get it from? Us. Hey, I want to hit a parlay or whatever the hell. So they got all that money over there. So we know that there's a void as well, a void big enough for Shannon to fill. $30 million per year was going to Pat McAfee reportedly. And now they got $30 million a year just sitting there waiting on another big personality by the name of Shannon Sharpe. So it's interesting because that could happen. They also got competition from what's happening at DraftKings. DraftKings had Dan Le Batard, John Skipper's Meadowlark Media. We got Kenny Mayne and Trey Wingo. They're over there at Caesar Sportsbooks. Oh, what's holding all this back from everybody being everywhere and being there and leaving probably main network is the legalization of gambling state by state, right? Once that happens, if that had happened already, woo, you talking about competition. You talking about ESPN and FS1s, et cetera, got to compete against gambling sites, against sports books. Good Lord and good luck. So that's coming right now. And I can tell you candidly right now, I'm having those conversations. And I say candidly because y'all my family. I'm having those conversations with one of those entities, a gambling site. And it's interesting. The numbers are different, very different. So now let's talk about what I know from this story, what I think from this story. I know that Shannon told me, and I don't think this is violating anything because this is pumping him up, that he was turning down 8-figure deals while still getting yelled at by Skip Bayless. Those are not exactly his words. The 8-figure deal part is, but he was turning them down while he was still doing that show, getting yelled at. Crazy, disrespected, right? Crazy. And I know he wanted his freedom, he wanted his respect, and he wants that cognac to blow up like it is. He wants Club Shay Shay. This is a simple structure. Club Shay Shay, 1 pillar. Cognac, 1 pillar. The freedom to do what I want to do. And FanDuel will allow you to do that because Shams is doing the athletic. He's done the stadium. You can work other places, right? And he wants the respect. Because if you know what happened here, it was almost like what happened with Belichick and Brady and Jimmy G. Like Brady's the old school. That's the Skip Bayless. You accomplished. You don't won. We get it. And now I'm drafting somebody to play with you. But he going to probably have to take your job one day. But he ain't in no rush. And look, Shannon was in no rush to take the mantle from Skip. Just work with him. Like be on the team with him, right? It's all good. We could do this together. But in this situation, it got a little crazy, just like it did in New England. All of a sudden, Skip, just like Brady said, hey, man, get this dude up out of here, dog. He way too hot on my head, way too hot on my heels. And that's what happened. So Fox wasn't going to change the power dynamic of that show, even though Shannon's popularity has certainly changed. So we are here. We'll see. Which suitor do you think he's going to go to? Where do you think Shannon Sharpe lands? Let's see that in the comments, man. It's going to be interesting, man. I want to see the numbers because, boy, he about to set that market. It's going to be big. It's going to be huge. It's that gambling money. It's Vegas style, baby. Go get it, Shannon. Man, he about to eat. As my little girl says. Coming up next on Never Shut Up. Oh, it's my favorite segment. Wiley World. Where's Mikey P? Did he land yet? Let's talk through that next on Never Shut Up on Brings TV and Reach TV. Welcome back to Never Shut Up. It's your boy Marcellus, Wiley. Ooh, gotta thank y'all for your viewership on Brinks TV and Reese TV and your membership. Wiley's World YouTube, Friday Swag away. Look at it. Ding, 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 ding. That's gonna be your book right there. Best-selling book right there, Never Shut Up. Name of this show. That's how good that book was. Oh, man. But you know what it is right now. It's time to get into Wiley's World and to bring on Mikey P. I heard he landed yesterday, sometime after the show. So let's see if Mikey P is here. Mikey P, you here? Yeah. Let me stop doing that. Mikey P is not here, dog. Mikey P got the week off because Marcellus, Wiley, me, is in the tropics. And I'm in them tropics, and it's so hot that, let me just tell you, this tropical storm came through and wiped out the internet. So we doing this gangster style. So all good, because I got Mikey P's notes right here. And Mikey P, yeah, with me, big dog in heart and spirit. Let's do it right here. So his first question is, Marcellus, Clippers are gauging Paul George's trade value and are giving real consideration to the idea of disassembling the Kawhi Leonard-Paul George tandem. As a Clipper fan, do you think this will be a good move for the franchise? Yes, I think it would be. Let me talk about why. Because I'm not just the only Clipper fan who has thought this. I'm not the only Clipper fan that has said this, but it affects the organization as well, your trust. We just don't have a reliable team, and it starts at the top in terms of health. That's it, not game. This is not personal about their game. This is just professional about your health. You are not healthy enough, one of you two. And I ain't even saying it's Paul George yet. The story is, not me yet. But I don't know. I can't see him going back, running it back again and really inspiring the troops. So I think it's time to break this up and see what we can build around one of them. If not, we're going to have to blow this up. Seriously, both of them got to go. Oh, man, it's just unreal what's happening. What would you recommend if it were up to you? Keep both, blow it up, and rebuild? Well, kind of addressed that, but I can't lose both. I can't lose Kawhi, man. The last thing I want to do is be the Spurs, see Kawhi go somewhere else and do it. You're like, God dang. Paul George look, he's just not Kawhi. Doesn't mean Paul George ain't sick, because he is sick. But they're both sick when it comes to the playoffs. I'm talking about they're hurt. They're not healthy. So I would keep Kawhi. I can't lie. I got to figure it out. Now, I've heard the knee is shredded. I've heard Kawhi ain't right. I've heard, we've all heard it or seen it. I mean, dude took a year and a half off and still couldn't finish a playoff run. So, if you were forced to keep one of these injury-prone stars and trade the other, who you keeping, who you trading? Just answer that, Mikey P. You never listen. Golly. All right, so let's get to the second one. Bucs linebacker Lavonte David made some interesting comments yesterday about the new look Bucs offense. They're giving us great looks, something that we haven't seen in a while. Oh, God. Let me dab off on them. Oh, I hate when people get new systems. I don't even got to read the questions, Mikey B. Every year somebody's in a new system and all of a sudden this is the best thing. I mean, we've been starving for something like this. Then they go out there and win 4 games. You'd be like, what? Oh, man. But when you get something new, you're thinking it's the finest, best thing ever. Don't we, fellas? Everybody does, right? So my first thought, he's asking, is he taking a shot at Tom Brady, Byron Leftwich, or even Bruce Arians? I think he's taking a shot at all of them in weird ways, because the quote, if you read into it more, he's talking about how Byron Leftwich and BA's offense both were taking deep shots, right? Down the field. And now they're taking what the defense gives them. So they're dinking and dunking a little more Tom Brady style, but it's a good blend out there. He says the offense is taking what they give them, and it's been real competitive out there. This is just, y'all know what this is. He's just happy he got a new look at something. And he's like, wow, look at these guys. They're doing stuff we haven't seen before. Yeah, you know why? Because it's stuff you haven't seen before. It's a new offense. Dang it. Nobody want to hear how great it is. Just, all right, it's new. That looks cool. Like, y'all got used to the other offense. That's one thing about playing your own offense in practice. Being a defender, you start to know y'all plays. Like, I know what y'all doing. Every time you go in motion, I know you run a drag. Come on, man, stop playing. So then when you get a new offense, he goes in motion, and he just stops and tries to come and crack back. You're like, what is that? Oh, this looks amazing, man. These guys are out here giving us great looks, things we haven't seen in a while. Okay. You haven't seen them in a while. That is not very profound. That's not profound at all. It's just a new offense. Let it go. All right, the third question is, The Minnesota Vikings are in no major rush to extend superstar wide receiver Justin Jefferson, who out there doing that thing. He's only 3 years into a rookie deal that has 2 years left with a 5th-year option, so not in a major rush to do it right now. You're right. I hate to sound like the company man I am. Why am I a company man? Because if I actually run a company, like that's one. But two, y'all should be company men because then you understand what I'm talking about. Dog, the dollars don't even make sense. Now, there's only 2 ways to play it. Pay them now because you know it's going to be cheaper now than it is later. That's great, but it ain't cheap right now. Or 2, let's see how this plays out. I got 3 more years with this dude, minimum, maybe 4. I could franchise him 5th-year option, then franchise him 4. Then I can franchise him again 5 more years at this level. Or you want me to just say, nah, I'm just going to pay him, boom, because that's going to be cheaper than that. Well, that's one way to run an organization, but when you haven't won it all, maybe you want to build around him at this level, build around him, and then we win it all, you're going to get that. I got you. We won it all. But if we have not winning it all, we just kind of competitive, playoff contending, not championship contending, what's the rush to give it to him? But I do love him. I think he's a beast. Is he the best wide receiver in the NFL right now? Where is he ranked? He top 3 for sure, but some days I look at Tyreek Hill, like even though it's hard, it's easy to disrespect Tyreek Hill. It's hard to really assess him because he's just so damn fast. But that dude is silly. Like, he a lot, dog. He a lot. That speed kills, as they say. Obviously, you know, you got Diggs, Stephon Diggs, you got to respect. I hate to get to that top tier and just start breaking them down because them dudes are all interchangeable in terms of greatness. So, yeah, if you say he's your number 1, I am not here to yell at you. All right, so now what else we got here? Mikey P is saying, Marcellus, I think you're amazing. Since I work with you, your life changed, man. Let me stop. Mikey P done with it, man. He a great dude, but he ain't coming out here to hang with his boy. No, sir. He got to stay back and work. One of us does. All right, y'all. Let's get into what we always finish the show with. Wileyism. Ah, that felt good, y'all. Don't wish for it, work for it. That's right. Got my towel because I'm working, damn it. Got my own vacation, I'm working. This ain't work, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. This is my diary. This is my journal. This is us connecting. This is what I always wanted. I am a person that just likes people, so I'm glad I get to get this. But don't wish for it, work for it. We all get caught up in that like mental loop of thinking through things. Just circling yourself, right? Wishing. And man, I think a lot of times we get caught up in even religion. I remember hearing some of the people talk about religion and like, I can get you into a wish mode. And people forget religion doesn't always do that. I think we really misconstrue a lot of the Bible verses. One, the Bible's so extensive, or whatever holy book you listen to read. It's so extensive, you don't always get it right. Like, you know, love of money is the root of all evil. Money is the root of all evil is what people say. And it's the love of money, you know what I mean? The love for money instead of the whole thing, right? And I think this is the same thing. Like a lot of people look at it like the Bible says, faith, have faith and you'll be okay. No, it said faith without action is death. I really read my books, y'all. Faith without action is death. So don't go around just talking about, I believe. Okay, you gonna achieve something? You better get to getting. Oh man, but you know, look, it's scary to be successful. It's scary to stick out. It's scary to get out the pack. That's what life's about. You got to condition yourself to have great habits so that it doesn't feel like work because it's scary, right? And who wants to sign up for something scary every day? So that's why it's so important to raise your kids properly or be raised properly so that now what work is to everyone else is just a habit to you. So you always are grinding. You always thinking and doing. You're not just sitting there paralyzed by your thoughts. So don't wish for it, work for it. So whatever you have put to plan in your head, put the plan on paper. Now get the plan and pursue, you know, go, just go, fail. I tell my son all the time, and he finally, I swear last week it clicked with him. I think so, we'll see. He's a left-hander, you know, so lefty, catching kids off guard. I'm like, all right, but you know what you're gonna need to do when you go to your right, shoot with your right. So he's scared, he shoots with his left on his right side. I said, dog, in practice right now, do not grade yourself. Don't judge yourself. It's just you and your daddy. Shoot with your right. And the ball was going, hitting the net, ball hitting everywhere but the rim, but going in the net. I'm like, that's good. That's actually good. That's the courage right there. to not care about the results, but just pursue doing it the right way, because that's going to give you the best results. Just got to be patient and persevere. So all y'all out there, man, don't trip, okay? Don't just get stuck right in here. You know what I'm talking about. Don't wish for it. Work for it. That'll do it for today's episode of Never Shut Up. Oh, man, much love to y'all. I'm about to go sweat for real with some water on these water slides. It's this one water slide I got to tell you about it. It goes like this. You get into a chamber. They lock you in. They go 3, 2, 1. And you hear these heartbeats. Boom, 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 boom. And then it just drops you away. Next level. I'm about to get on that again today. Love you guys, man. Have a ball out there. Talk to y'all tomorrow. Peace.